So I'm standing in line at the supermarket talking to this guy in front of me, and he's buying a big sack of vegetables. I guess that when I was in the supermarket, I was kind of hungry. You know when you go to the store when you're hungry and you don't really think too well about what you're buying? It's interesting how the human mind works, because you start to think of things, and then after you make a decision to do something, you make up some excuse as to why you did it. Like that particular time in the grocery store, I was justifying standing there in line why I had a whole bunch of frozen food that was probably not healthy, and why that was better than him buying a bunch of vegetables, and trying to make myself sound more enlightened, because I was buying frozen food instead of buying vegetables. A big sack of fresh vegetables is probably a lot healthier than whatever frozen food I bought, because the picture looked good. I didn't even know what was inside. I just bought it because of the picture. It's interesting when you think about things that have pictures on the outside. Like I was shopping for toys the other day, and I bought this box, and on the outside it had this kind of like a erector set type of thing, and I took it home and I undid it, but inside the box was a bunch of worms, and when I opened the box, all the worms crawled out, and they quickly disappeared all over my house. And so now I have all these worms in my house, and I don't know what they're going to do or what even kind of worms they are. Part of me is kind of hoping that they will turn into these worms that turn into cocoons that turn into butterflies, and so I'll have a lot of colorful butterflies flying around my house, which will be good for the nights that I sit home and smoke weed while I watch TV. It would be kind of a cool experience to smoke weed and watch TV while butterflies are flying around your house. Then you have to save the brain energy that would otherwise require for you to hallucinate those butterflies. So instead of using that brain energy to hallucinate the butterflies, you could use that brain energy to try to figure out what's going on TV, which you can't understand because you're so goddamn stoned. And so, but the worms in my house, they didn't turn out to be butterflies. They didn't turn out to be cocoon-building worms. They turned out to be carnivorous worms that kept growing in size. And as they kept growing in size, some of my pets started to disappear. And finally the worms escaped. And now in my neighborhood, there's a lot of deaths that are starting to happen because these gigantic fucking worms have escaped and they're eating people. And I'm afraid to tell the police because I feel like I might get in trouble since I'm the one that let the worms loose in the first place. Now, who the fuck put them in a box of toys and decided to sell worms in a box of toys at the toy store is beyond me. But the problem is now I live in a neighborhood with killer worms, and my only hope is that they'll kind of realize that I'm the one that let them loose, so they probably won't kill me, or hopefully won't kill me, so I can sit around and smoke weed and watch TV and pretend that there's butterflies fluttering around my room when I don't even have a TV.